Sorry about that, I'm back. My dog has a bone now. Hopefully that'll keep her quiet and busy. And so that was the first group of officers I noticed doing that. So going through the grounds, walking, looking, soaking it in, taking everything in. There I am as I'm walking around the memorial pools. A second group of officers are standing together, and there's again another about 3 or 4 of them. And again, as I approach, pretty much in my view, in my path, so I could see, at simultaneously and in synchronized, they turned. This is a different group. Turned their backs at the same time, just all around, turned their backs towards me. So there's a second group. Another group did it. Another group. Now the group stops. Now it's just one. If I see one, he'll turn his back. Now they were kind of scattered all around in, one officer here, maybe 2 here, but they let you know in the beginning, and then they kind of scattered it around. So it's not too obvious, I guess. They know how to work it. But I couldn't believe it. I could believe it and I couldn't believe it at the same time. I'm like, here we are at 9/11. We're all here to remember and mourn all our victims of that day. And you pulling this, really? You pulling this? And this is, it was very distasteful, very distasteful. These people don't have any boundaries. They have none whatsoever. They are very sadistic. They're nasty. They're angry. They do awful things. They personalize your gang stalking, for sure. We all know that. But that was the eye-opener for me as far as the police go. I mean, I saw them doing things like, the little stuff, like, well, not the little stuff, it's annoying stuff, but that for me was grand because I'm not anybody that they should do that to. I've never done any harm to anybody. I've never hurt anyone. There's no reason for you to do that to me. I've never hurt any police officers, firemen, any kind of emergency service. I've never hurt them. I've never gone against them. I've always supported them. And so the reasoning, of course, is, whatever it is their Gangstalking program is supporting. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're not, this is what you're going to get. So that kind of opened the door for me as far as how the police were going to behave. And it did. From there on, I mean, it was nonstop with them. Everywhere I went, there's always police in my presence. Everywhere, whether it's, they're parked off the side of the road, or they're using their U-turns in front of you with their lights, or their sirens blasting off to an emergency that probably most likely is non-real, because when I do follow them for a bit, it just disappears. There's nothing ever anywhere. So, I started to follow them and see a little bit where they were going, that their sirens have to be blaring so loud like that and so consistent. It really isn't anything I don't see. Or they usually have their traffic pull, they usually have a lot of cars pulled over like they're giving them a ticket, which is funny to me because, meanwhile, there's loud motors all around in the background. And I know there's an ordinance on that. We definitely have it. I mean, I've looked it up. I see all the ordinances we have in our town, and they don't stop them, I mean, I had a guy outside urinating out across the street out from my home, and I saw it on the videotape. He was a creepy dog walker walking around. He's looking to get my attention, because they definitely want your attention. When they're going to do something, they make sure you're watching. They want your eyes. They're not doing that for no reason. They want you to see that what they're doing. So yeah, so the police started, just reacting and behaving so crazily. And, I see the game they're playing. I kind of know what's up with them. And as far as the noise harassment, which is another consistent flow, I mean, they started this morning at around, I would say 7:41 to be precise, and probably ended at around 9. And now they throw in a sprinkle or a breadcrumb here and there a little bit, but they went on with the, they do the gardeners now, come out with their loud. They've definitely, don't have the newer equipment. The newer equipment isn't as loud as what they have. And I could see, because on Mother's Day, on a Sunday, they came out right across the street from my home, and the guy decided to have the most obnoxious, loudest lawnmower equipment you can have. Not your usual typical guy. They had a new guy come this time. I haven't seen him before. I've seen the other ones, but maybe he had a different truck. I don't know. But he didn't look like the usual guy. Maybe he was. And he just was blaring that stuff, I mean, this Mother's Day, it's Sunday. My neighbors have been there for a long time, 35, 40 years, if not maybe longer. They know better. They know that Sundays is not, we have the ordinance for Sunday laws, and they just break them. And, he was out there with his loud, and now guys, it's insane what they do. It's really insane, because now he did something to modify his equipment, because the equipment was backfiring. Could you imagine having lawnmower equipment that backfires? I mean, I haven't heard of that. I mean, most gardeners that I know are pretty professional when it comes to their equipment, and they have top of the line equipment, if not older equipment, but at least they take care of it to a point where it's, not a nuisance like that. This is deliberate. This was deliberate setup, and then he kept revving it like a car engine, like vroom, 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 so they were mimicking those sounds deliberately, and so yeah, that was my little Mother's Day gift, I guess, from them. But the police came and shut that down once they realized they're not supposed to be there, or someone realized it. I wonder who. But anyway, because neighbors over here, they're all gang stalkers, so they played this game of what? Oh, we don't know. Oh, the dumb game, We didn't see, we don't know. Oh, really? Yeah. They play that game a lot. And, I remember calling dispatch and saying to them, am I the only one who calls this in? I mean, there's got to, from what I see and hear, there has to be other neighbors, other people in the community calling this in. No, you're the only one. And that's what they told me. And I was like, okay. And then as soon as I hung up the phone with them, guess what? They set up a show outside on the street with my neighbors, as of loud vehicles coming, ripping through the block. Neighbors out there like waving his hand, stop, slow down, like it is just exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. And that's how they gaslight you, and that's their language. And yeah, that's exactly who they are. I mean, they have this veiled language of communication, because they don't have they don't want to, or not that they don't have, because they do. Obviously, they're performing these tactics, so they kind of have to have some kind of nerve to do it. But the nerve, as far as just be who you are, why are you a double-faced person, a two-faced person? You're speaking two languages here. What you say and what you do are two totally different things. So especially for the police, here you are protecting and serving the public, and you're out there causing this. You're out there, controlling this, handling this. I mean, there's no one. How is there no one that can see that? You have to see it. You can't be that blind. You gotta wake up the people. I remember when I was filing my police report, and the sergeant called, and he called to follow up after I filed the police report. And, he blatantly told me there's nothing they can do about it. As far as like what the reports I had, as far as like the excessive car horns, I had men spitting. I mean, these people walk by the house and cough and spit in front of your home. I mean, they're really gross. I have that on video, but I'm not going to show that, because this just, they are who they are. They know who they are. Just doing those things. All those things I reported to them, as far as, the gang stalking. I didn't report all of them, but most of them. I got the ones in that, at the moment was pretty much what they were using on me. And, he just blatantly told me there's nothing they can do about that. Think about that for a second. How is that possible? How could you do nothing? You are wearing a badge. You have this honor to protect and serve. Who are you protecting and serving? There's nothing you can do about it. There's plenty you can do about it. I mean, here I am. I don't have a badge. I'm nowhere near what you're trained to do. I have none of that training, nowhere close. Like I said, I'm your average citizen. And I'm going to try to make, as far as awareness goes, let the public know this is happening. Tell people this is what you need to look out for. Report it to the police. Go out into your communities and be there, and deter these actions from occurring, and talk to these people. Do something. There's so much more you can do. I mean, there's a list of things you can do. By you saying there's nothing you can do is saying you don't want to do nothing. You're not going to do nothing. Because if you wanted to do something, you will find a way. You will find the solutions. You will find a way to keep this community safe. There is not any of that going on. They don't, they close their eyes and do what they do, and that's it. And the police are protecting these gang stalkers, because when you call them and you need them, they're going to protect the gang stalkers. They're not protecting you. They're not. They're going to be angry with you for calling, first of all, because, how dare you call them? They don't want you to call them for that. They're going to protect the gang stalkers. Even if you are in the right, it doesn't matter. They're going to manipulate it. They're going to gaslight it to as best as they can, if they can do it, because if you have proof, and that's why I completely am a supporter and advocator of getting dash cams in your vehicle. Record if you possibly can. Get it if you're in it. I don't know what your living situation is. However your living situation is, definitely have some kind of recording device going on, so this way you can protect yourself, because these people come out of the woodworks to be witnesses to something that they saw but didn't really happen, because they have to see it happen in the way they want it to happen. They will do that. They will absolutely have these people, these crisis actors, as you call them, as they call them, come out and say what they saw and be a witness. And it's going to definitely go against you. Trust me, their stories are going to collaborate together, where it's going to be all of them against you. And you'll be in the right. Doesn't matter. So that's why I highly suggest you take as much evidence with you as possible, and the best way to get evidence is to record them. Now, they don't like to be recorded. They are angry at me right now. That's why they've been ripping through here with all their noise campaigns. They started this morning with their lawnmower equipment. They start with the vehicles, the loud vehicles. They do everything they can to make noise. I mean, anything and everything. It's just the most stupidest things they do. But like I said, it's deliberate. It's deliberate just to produce such a low vibrational environment. That's what it is. They thrive off of it. They want to make you crazy. They want to annoy you. They want to project that energy onto you, and they can steal all of your good energy. That's what they want. And then they'll feel good. Once they've produced what they needed to produce, they can bask in their glories all day. They've won. They got one over on you, or it's just exactly how they perceive their reality. So, but so anyway, this is great. I'm going off talking to you guys about these things. I'm going to really start making more videos as far as talking to you guys as far as narcissism and gang stalking, their connection to it and how they use it. And they send out their flying monkeys. They all work together. This is a whole system working against you. It's the matrix, and it's definitely, once you have been plugged out, they know, and they know you anywhere and everywhere you go. They know you, and they will do these tactics all around you. I take my daughter for riding lessons. And of course, they're here we are at a ranch, a stable, where it's, in the middle of a park, a big park, and they've brought the tactics there. I mean, it's peaceful there. You don't hear that. You don't, what do you hear? You hear park noise. No, they've corroded the environment with gang stalker noise, and it's very obvious now. You can see the gang stalker noise compared to the natural environment of noise. We all know the difference. You can't gaslight us. You can't tell us that that's what's happening, and that's what they love to do. They'd love to fool you and pull one over on you. Oh, no, that's just a truck. He's reversing. Yeah, he's reversing that many times for that long. Oh, another truck has to reverse too? Because they have those reverse sounds that they love to do as well. They use that noise environment. We all know that they have polluted this world, because this is worldwide, with this gang stalking, with all this gang stalking noise, and that's just the noise. I am going to get into the further tactics they use. We're going to go deep into what they use, because like I said, I've researched and studied these people. I observe what they do. I don't like to react to them. What's the point? I'm not going to stand there. I'll definitely defend myself if I have to. Hopefully it doesn't have to come to that. So far, they haven't touched me or gone near me, but, I don't want to, give them any, because they love to do everything I say or repeat what I say to me in their actions. So hopefully they don't take it to that nasty level of physically assaulting me, because I won't stand for that. That's one thing I'm not going to ignore. But that, yeah, they don't touch you. They don't put, they definitely try to cause accidents. Yes, that they've tried multiple times on me. They've done the stop short. They pull out in front of you. They act so, I didn't see you, or, they'll just come out of nowhere and just blast you with their car horn to frighten you. And, they just do all these nasty things. They're nasty drivers. They're not nice. They're, and they're all done at these intersections with these cameras. It tells you they don't care, because I couldn't do that. I wouldn't. First of all, I don't want to do that. Second of all, I don't want to be caught doing that. Why would you want to have that in your background, or have a ticket or a fine, or or even just bring that energy out of your home into the public because you're a gang stalker? That's why. But so yeah, and for them to do that, they're blazing, they're brazen about it, because they know they're going to be protected by the police. Police ain't going to do nothing. The police will come around, make a show, and say, hey, wave their finger and give them a warning, and off they go to do it again to someone else, somewhere else, because they rotate their gang stalkers. They don't want to repeat them. Sometimes you'll get the repeated ones. You can't help it, especially in the community when you've been gang stalked for so long as I have, for years. You'll get the repeat offenders, but majority of the time they like to rotate their gang stalkers with different tactics as well, and so they can't pinpoint it to any individual gang stalker. They know how to protect their gang stalkers. All right, well, I'm going to take a break for now. Like I said, I will be back making more videos. I'm going to get better at it. I'll have more interesting talking points, because I have been writing down a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about. But for now, I'm going to leave you with just be aware of your environment. My best suggestion in tackling this is do not engage with them. Do not. They are working hard for that. They want that reaction. They want you to engage in that negative response with them. That's what they're working for. Don't give them what they're working for. Move on. You are much, much of high vibrational person. They are a low vibrational person. Do not stoop to their level. And I mean stoop. They're very low. They're down there. Stay at your level. You are at a high level. You are at a level that they want you to knock you off of. Don't do it. Don't give it to them. Absolutely defend yourself if you must. Absolutely. I'm not saying don't defend yourself. You have that right to defend yourself. So, but like I said, my experience as of yet, they have not put their hands on me. They like to come close to you. They like to pretend they're going to maybe do something to intimidate you or scare you, but they like to play chicken a lot. So just don't engage with them. Just stay away from them. Keep clear of them, but know that they are constantly out to get you. They're working to get you. They are setting you up to get, they'll do anything they can in parking lots to set you up while you're driving, in grocery stores. There's always some way, somehow, they're going to set you up to get you. And if it's little stuff, annoying stuff, or if it's like car accident, mess you up stuff. And so they can walk away and look like they're the victims and, yeah, that they love to set you up so they can walk away scot-free from this and have no blame. So be aware of your environment, and not to be paranoid. Live your life. You have to live your life. You got to live your life. There's no, they're going to gang stalk you anyway, so might as well say, live your life. That's, if you're going to gang stalk, all right, I'm still going to do what I got to do. If you stay in your house all day, they're still going to gang stalk you outside your house, you go, so live your life. Don't be afraid. Don't live in fear. Don't walk around paranoid. Definitely document and record. So this way you can keep a record of what's happening to you. And we have to start somehow building a database on this gang stalking, because it's just really, there's nothing out there really official on it. There's nothing official on it, which is shocking to me, considering how many testimonials I've read from people all over the country, all over the world. So, but continue to do so, because that's not to say we weren't not going to get there one day. We will. But the only way to get there is more people coming out with their experiences and their testimonies, and as to who and what is happening to you, who you are and what is happening to you. Get it out there, whether it's on YouTube, whether you have your own personal documentation. Just do it. Definitely do it. What else did I wanted to say before I leave? I think that's about it for now. I'll definitely come back. Like I said, I want to do more videos and get into more topics. I'm going to get better organized in what I discuss with you guys. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. And gang stalking is a mixed bag of people, okay? So anyone out there that thinks it's just a certain group of people is completely delusional and wrong, and most likely they don't understand the scenario, or maybe they're gang stalked with a certain group of people, or they're just not really telling the truth. So my experience is everybody, with every background, every nationality, every size, every color, every age. I mean, they use children. Sadly, they use children to gang stalk, and I've seen senior citizens that could barely walk outside with their canes, and they'll bring out the senior citizens to do this as well. So, and it's a mixed bag of people as far as like profession goes. They'll use like police officers will do this, city workers will do this, restaurant workers will do this, medical personnel will do this, doctors, everything. It's everywhere, in every profession, with every background of people. So race, nationality, it doesn't matter. Everyone is gang stalking, and everyone is being gang stalked. There's no particular group. So definitely don't, put that in your head that, and, don't let them project onto you that you are the one that deserves this, or you did something to deserve this. They love to do that, so you can self-sabotage, but don't. There's a reason why this is happening to you. Well, they're working so hard to do this to you. And they don't do this to their own, because they already have they're already in the program. Evil doesn't work on evil. It's only going to attack. Once evil has its, army, it's going after the good. And for me, that's what I believe this is: spiritual warfare, for sure. And definitely manifesting in different ways, but there's a higher power to this. And we are going to work on getting there as we talk about what my experiences are and what yours are, and kind of gather our information. And hopefully somehow we are going to work to getting a database going with this. We definitely have to take this mainstream, bring awareness, let people know this is happening. For those of us that do know this is happening, it's different. But there's so many out there that don't understand what's happening. I know in the beginning I didn't understand it. I was like, what is going on? You do question your reality. You question your sanity. You're like, wait, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Is this happening? Are there other people seeing this? So there's a lot of people suffering in silence and don't understand what's happening. So that's why we need to get this word out there, as far as gang stalking goes, narcissism, all of this, because there's so many people that are probably being led into their own sabotage and have no clue that this is what's going on. I mean, how could any anybody understand, it's hard for anybody to understand how this many people can work together for your demise. I mean, who would ever in their right mind would think something like this can happen? It's happening. Oh, it's definitely happening. And these are tactics that were originated from like Germany, the Stasi, as far as what I've researched and books that I've read. And here we are in America, our own police, our own community members behaving in the same manners as the Nazi Stasi program. The same tactics being used on your average citizens. It's mind-blowing. And so to understand it, you got to know where it's coming from. You got to understand your enemy, study them, take note. What I can tell you right now is they hate, they get angry when they are filmed. So you want to fight back, you want to show your proof, you want to, record them, film them, and be logical about it. Don't just record somebody standing there, oh, they're gang stalking me. You're going to look crazy if you do it that way. You definitely are. That's what their goal is to do to you. Don't fall under that. Record their methods and their tactics, but somebody standing somewhere, it's really not going to be helpful. It's going to cause more chaos and confusion to this gang stalking situation that we're in, because they love to do that. They will definitely throw in a lot of that non-truths into the gang stalking community and make things look even wackier. And they play those games, but try to be as logical as possible. It's I could produce videos with them standing, plenty of those videos, because they definitely love to stand around and but if they're obvious in their gang stalking, definitely get them on film and show what they're doing. Yeah, and the patterns, the repetitiveness, yes, absolutely, expose that, show that, because that's you can't explain that off as coincidence. It comes to a point where you're like, that's not coincidence, that you see 20 people walking by your house in red shirts. You see, what, I don't know, and one day I had let's see, if I go back and look at my video my video footage on my ADT, you can see about 25, 30 vehicles, red vehicles, driving down my block in a matter of 3-4 hours. It's insane. And then they'll change the colors off too. They'll do blue. They like to do the red and blue. They switch the colors around. Depending on what they want to do, and send the message they want to tell you. They can do all white cars. They like to do that, or park all white cars around your house, or they do red and blue, or they find their colors at however they want to communicate to you, because that's their language, that's how they talk to you, that's what they're doing. So listen to how they, not listen, but watch, observe, and you can almost predict what they're going to do. I can kind of see a lot of what they're going to do. I can kind of predict it before they do it. Not to say they don't catch me, they do. I'm not a Houdini, but yeah, they love to do those. They love to get you, but just stay safe, guys. Know that you're not alone. We are a community here that are going to be here for each other. I will definitely be here for you. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments, and I'll definitely try to respond as best as I could. Just know there's a lot of gang stalkers watching my videos as well, so be prepared if anybody, because I've already, I got a couple of them. I got my gang stalker fans watching my videos and making comments, but these videos are for them too. I want to show them what they look like. They don't like it. They don't like to see themselves in their true form. All right, guys, be safe, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks. Bye.